Get ready with me for my 23rd birthday at dinner.
Well, hello there. I have a few very fabulous things planned out for this glow up video, from body modifications to changing up my hair. And I'm even gonna attempt to show off I'm gonna attempt to show off my sewing skills with an amazing thrift flip. And to finish it all off, I'm gonna be doing something very picturesque. So yeah, I'm a February baby and I hate it. I don't know about you, but I personally don't enjoy having my birthday during the coldest and the shortest month of the year. I cannot make this up when I say that it snows every single year the night before or the day of. And I'm not talking a sprinkle, these are some heavy snowstorms. And it's always a real big pain if I want to go out and do anything, because it's like those snow tires, you know? But then if I do go out, something always happens. Like I'll end up being the chauffeur, which whatever, no big deal, but it's like, can somebody else drive? But then I'll get to the shindig and then I'm instantly washed over with a wave of anxiety, and that just carries on throughout the entire night because I have an overwhelming feeling of making the night absolutely perfect for everyone else and just catering to them, which I mean, I guess I'm a good host, but it's always like, I shouldn't feel anxious doing this, you know? And this hasn't happened recently, thankfully, but way back in grade school, the kids that I would invite would make sure that the night ended up being about them. Like they would refuse to do a certain activity that I had been planning out and had been super duper excited for. They would start random drama and talk about things that I would never want to bring up during somebody else's day, because it was just very self-centered things. And to top it off, one of my dear friends at the time even period shamed me in front of everyone while I was opening my presents. Isn't that really cool?
What the dog doing?
And of course, how can I forget the wonderful effects of winter depression? And of course, it's sunny right now. And did you know that the warmth of the sun during wintertime is called apricity? But yeah, I guess all those reasons kind of roll up into a ball, and that's why I really don't like this day. And another thing that really irks me, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a fashion girl and I like to strut my stuff, and I can't really do that in wintertime. I can't really wear what I want to. I mean, I could, but I would get frostbite. I'm really tired of feeling overwhelmed and anxious and just not okay on this day. I'm gonna take it back and I'm gonna make it mine. Because darn tootin' folks, it's my day and there's no better time to be self-centered.
Alrighty, so the first thing that I need to do for this glow up is re-piercing my ears, specifically my seconds and thirds. Back in November, I took them out because I was wearing my headphones a lot and it was just compressing them into my skin. And I don't know about you, but I don't really find that to be really comfortable. And so I took them out, but then my ears closed up. Wait, what'd you say? I'm kidding. And I decided to do this first so that my ears have a good amount of time to heal and time for that thing that I'm planning at the end of this video. Now, I got my first ear piercings, period, done at Claire's. Does anyone get their first piercing anywhere else other than their ears? Is that a thing? I don't know, maybe. But anyways, my first ear piercings were done at Claire's. Please never go there, guys. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a professional poking a hole through my body, you know? But this was already many years ago and little Kelly didn't know any better and they just really messed it up. to the point where they had to call the manager in to do it, and they redid it, but they also messed up. And when I got home, it was so tight that my ear was throbbing, and the next day it was enlarged and was oozing. So, but since then I have pierced my own seconds and thirds, and I did film a video on that way back, I think 4 years ago now, when I did my seconds. And I do recommend watching that if you want to have a laugh, but don't watch it for the professionalism because it's nowhere to be found. But now that I am much older and wiser, I am gonna do it the proper way, and I'm gonna numb my ear with ice, because when I pierced my seconds, I used a popsicle. It was still in the bag, but still not the best, so I'm gonna be using ice. And disclaimer, I am not at all a professional. I'm doing this in the safety of my own abode, and I am fully aware of how hard I will slay after this. But anywho, let's get into this. Trigger warning, blood, nothing too serious, but good thing I, gave myself enough time to let my ears heal. One side is done, the other, I'm gonna give it another day or two, and yeah. Hey friends, I'm trying the transition thing. I don't know if it'll look silly, but I'm sticking with it. I wasn't filming these past few days because something unsettling and wacky happened, and I just did not feel like filming, but here I am. I'm ready to get back into it. As you can see, I still did not get a chance to pierce my left ear, but my right ear, doing wonderful. No issues there. I'm just gonna wait until after my shower today so that I'm just squeaky clean, and I don't want any oozing, like what happened at Claire's. And if you're wondering about my hair, no, I did not just take a shower. It's actually 100% dry. It's just a boatload of hair oil and gel. I was testing out the hairstyle that I'm planning for this special event that I'm doing, but yeah, it turned out pretty good. I just think I need to add a bit more hair oil, but I'm liking the front. The back is just, I'm not gonna show you. And now the very next thing that I need to do to get ready for my 23rd birthday dinner is my dress. In my latest video, everything that I got secondhand in 2023, I showed off this gorgeous green gown, and in the video I showed and explained that the bitty bits were just a bit too big. Even though the back is I guess corset style, you can cinch it as tight as you want. It fits the rest of me fine. The bust is just too big. I need to wear this dress for that special thing that I'm doing with my hair and, planning all this for. And I'm not at all new to sewing or altering, mending clothes. I'm pretty comfortable with it, but I have never dabbled with sequins or beadings, appliques, anything like that. And going into this, I was and am still really nervous, but I saw a video from Anastasia, and I feel a lot more comfortable now because they explained that you can indeed sew through sequins, but I'm just nervous because I've never done anything like this, and it would be a real shame to mess up this dress. So yeah, please just cross your fingers, biddies and toes that this works out because I really need to wear this. And I also need to get this done ASAP because I'm beginning to feel those lovely little cramps that you get whenever that little bloody buddy shows up. And
why now? You know, why ever? But let's go. Alrighty, so this dress has the pads in it, which I've never been a fan of. I think they always look silly and dumb. But anywho, I'm gonna remove those because I think they are literally C cups in a small dress, because that makes sense. So they are fully sewn in there. There's a seam across the middle of the bust there, and right below and on the side. So that thing is in there. The good thing it's open on the top. Okay, well, that takes a lot of stress off of my shoulders, because I was just thinking, wow, that would really suck to have to undo this machine stitching that I know is really good and is gonna stay. That's fucking huge. Okay, so now that I have the pads out, it's looking a lot flatter, a lot better. So now I'm gonna try this on again, and I'm gonna see how it fits. Okay, so I have the dress on, and this is what we're working on. As you can see, it's sticking out on the sides because when I tie it tight and it pulls there, it causes that extra fabric to and I don't know about you, but I personally don't care for that look. So here's what I'm thinking. I know it's very difficult to see because it's a dark green and black, not the best contrast, but I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say here. So here's the extra bit of fabric right here on both sides, it's the same. I'm planning on squishing it like that and folding it up, so that way it creates a nice seam right under the boob right there, and that'll help to create a very sculpted look. Because otherwise, if I flip that fold down, it'll still create a nice flat look, but like I just said, it looks more flat. You flip it up, it creates a lifted look. So I'm gonna do that upwards on both sides. Okay, so I finally pinned the dress, and it took me a bit longer than expected because, well, one, this boob is bigger than the other, so it's never gonna be even. Two, I don't know if you can tell on camera here, but there is a seam right here. So this is one piece of fabric and the skirt is another piece. The skirt fabric is totally symmetrical. So the sequins are the same design on each side, but with the torso piece, I hope you can tell with the shimmers there, it should be starting there, but it starts here. And so it is not even. It was very easy for me to pin up this side because there weren't that many sequins, and you know, when there's more sequins, it's thicker, harder to fold. But that side was very easy. This side, however, had a lot of sequins and, of course, different size, so I had less fabric to work with, but with more sequins, it's more bunched up. In So Anastasia's video, they mentioned removing the sequins and beads to make it easier, and I'm so scared to do that. However, Anastasia said that you can save your sequins, and then when you're done altering your project, you can just add them back on if necessary. And I'm like, I could do that. I probably will do that. I'm just nervous. Oh, well, this side already came undone. So let me stop talking and try to take off this dress, repin it if I have to, and move on to the next step. On the left side here, it has less sequins, and so it can be folded more flat. On the right side here, you can see when it's folded, it's definitely thicker, and you can see all of those sequins in there. So apparently, you can just take a seam ripper and remove the sequins one by one. It's supposed to work like that. I am very I don't know. I mean, I guess I just have to try. And if they all start coming undone, I can just get fabric glue. However, I've noticed on my floor, I am seeing a few sequins. And I don't know where on the dress they're coming from. Like there's one here, there. But anyways, I'm gonna unpin this, and in the area that is folded that you cannot see, I'm gonna try and remove those sequins with a seam ripper. And fingers crossed this all goes well. It's actually going pretty good. Here's what I have so far. So I've removed about 2 rows of sequins. Now, some of them are attached together, others are single. So here's what I have. Some of them are coming off in bunches like that, others come off individual, but I've just been keeping them all in here, so in case I need to add them back later on, I can. Here's what the left side looks like currently. I've removed about 3.5 rows because it gets a bit thicker at the bottom there, so I've removed about that much. On the right side here, you can see that it is all sequins. Before, it just looked like that. It was a little swoosh like a flame, but that is covering the entire corner. So I have a lot to remove. This is where we're at now. On the left side where I started, you can see this is how it's looking. A nice clean area for me to fold and sew. And this is the right side. We are definitely getting somewhere. It's been an hour since my last update. Yeah, we're getting there. But going back to the left side, I noticed that even though I cleared all these sequins, underneath this mesh layer, I don't know if you can see that shine, but there are a few sequins underneath there and it's quite thick in the corner, so I'm gonna have to be careful with that. It's even later in the week, and I started my period. Aww. Last night, I was feeling pretty okay, and I just had like an inkling that today it would happen. But I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen, because today I had an appointment for the next step in my get ready with me process. Didn't happen, obviously, so... But yeah, that silly uterus of mine loves to act out, and so I've just been sitting at home today. You know me, or maybe you don't, but I love to push myself to the limit, like Corbin Blue, and so I've still been working all day today. And I've actually been preparing for my next video that I did mention in my 2023 secondhand haul. It has something to do with animated movies, so if that floats your boat, then I really think you're gonna enjoy my next video. But luckily last night, before the floodgates opened, I did actually finish altering the dress, at least the bust. But that was the most important part, and I tried it on, and it looks and feels pretty good. I'm quite happy with the job that I did, so hopefully that'll look even better with the final step of this get ready with me, which I'm sorry to say, but you guys are gonna have to wait until the end to see everything all come together, but it's gonna happen sooner than later, so yeah. Okay.
It is 5 days later. This week, this video, this life, huh? How about that? So I'm not gonna be able to get my hair done at all for this thing that I'm planning. So I'm dealing with this, and that's okay, because I already tested out the hairstyle before, and it went pretty okay. So I'm gonna go take a shower, do my hair, my skincare, and then I'll come back and I'll do my makeup, and maybe I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm planning. Say hello. So this is what I was planning. If you couldn't tell by that little makeup snippet, this is what I did. I'm a siren. If you didn't know, I'm the CEO and head photographer of Sharp Shot Photography, and every year I try to do some kind of self-portrait. This year, I did this. I'm sorry for the lack of energy. I just feel like crying right now, and I'm so tired, and I've been shooting for 3 hours. My hair doesn't look... You know what? If you want to see the photos, you can check them all out on my Instagram, either at kel.sharp or at sharpshotphoto, and you can see the end result, because, I mean, I'm probably just really beating myself up here, but I haven't even edited the photos yet, so you can check them out there. This was quite a weird video. It did not go as planned at all, really. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, please make sure to leave a like below, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And subscribe because it's my 23rd birthday dinner.
Get ready with me for my 23rd birthday at dinner.
I hope to see you on my next video, and if you are an Aquarius, I hope you have a much better birthday than I do. I'll see you on my next one.